Hello and welcome. This is question 3 of the iGCSE Computer Science Sample Assessment Materials. So, a team of researchers are studying urban wildlife such as foxes, mice and birds. The team collect data during the day and night. Sometimes they work in an office. The team use a range of hardware including laptops, tablets, smartphones, use different operating systems and applications, communicate with each other using smartphones or tablets, store or share data including image, audio, recordings and videos, work collaboratively on research documents, identify the secondary storage medium most suitable for the team and justify why it best meets their needs. Write your answer on the next page. You do not need to use all the space. 6 marks. So here is our space to answer that question. Now, what you are looking at here is the cloud. You're looking at the cloud storage as the best possible storage medium for this situation. They are working collaboratively. They do not want to be saving work on their hard drives that they have to send to each other. They want the cloud storage. They want a hosted application such as Office 365 where they can work together. They can share files together. They can work together on a document. Cloud storage is the most suitable. So we're going to start by writing that. Now, it is the most suitable for several different reasons, which we'll go through now. So accessibility is accessible wherever and whenever an internet connection is available. The users can use multiple devices to work on documents. They just need an internet connection. Okay, so accessibility is in the favor of cloud storage. Cloud allows for collaboration. The team can collaborate on documents at the same time. They can work together at the same time on a document, which saves a lot of time, saves a lot of problems with version control. So it's good for people reading data on the field. So if we refer back to the case study, we're thinking about people on the field collecting data which can be uploaded instantly and worked on instantly by people back in the center, in the office. We're thinking about file compatibility. So with file compatibility, everyone has access to the file. No compatibility issues or problems with file conversions that you might get with someone using one version of the same software, another version. So for example, 2016 a version of Word and 2013 version of Word may give you collaboration, compatibility issues. With cloud storage, with cloud software, cloud-based software, we don't have those problems. So we're thinking also about backups, backing up files as well. Okay, with cloud storage, we've always got the backups available. Backups, it's backed up all the time. Documents on the cloud will be backed up without the user even having to think about it. So the user doesn't even have to think about backing the files up because it happens automatically. We can also think about using online applications. You can save money with buying software as well. Yes, you don't get as many features with Office 365, for example, that you do with the standard version of Office, the application that you install on your computer, but you still get most features. It's still perfectly usable and it is a considerable saving over buying the software new. Question B. The team communicate using their smartphones. Identify the type of network they use when making calls via their cellular mobile phone network. Now, the answer to this question is WAN. Now, if you're not sure in your exam, which one should it be? A, B, C or D? You need to go through a process of elimination where you just go through each option and you eliminate it. So, probably not going to be a local area network, okay? Because that's not going to be used, for example, for Skype or WhatsApp calls. Can't use a LAN for that. Won't be a personal area network. That is Bluetooth. Won't be VPN because that's a private connection. So the answer is a wide area network, which you can use data to make calls via the cellular mobile phone network. C, give 2 drawbacks of using a cellular mobile phone network, such as 3, 4, or 5G. Okay, so with 3, 4, or 5G, we have inconsistencies in terms of coverage, which may mean a poor service. So we may not get the best service if we have inconsistencies in terms of coverage. We may have problems with interference as well. We may have problems with speed of downloading, uploading files with 3, 4 or 5G. So given the choice between using a network, using Wi-Fi or using 3, 4 or 5G, you would always choose Wi-Fi because it's always going to be the stronger connection. Okay, we have inconsistencies in terms of coverage, poor service, problems with downloading, uploading files because it's so slow. So Wi-Fi is always going to be the stronger connection in a question such as this. Let's move on to question D. Team analyze the data when they're in the office. They have to log onto the office network using username and password to access data. State the type of network model they use. Now, two types of model. They are not LANs, PANs, WANs. They're not talking about the topology, star, bus, ring. What we are talking about here is it's going to be either peer-to-peer or client-server. So the answer for this is client-server. When I have to log on to a computer to access services such as printing, files, etc., it is a client-server model. Okay, the model is client-server. So when it talks about a usage model, it is either peer-to-peer or client-server. In this case, we're talking about client-server. E, the team used a software application and data they've collected to create a model of urban wildlife in order to understand more about the environment the wildlife live in. Examples of collected data: number and types of animals seen each hour, number of newborn animals, daily weather conditions, type and amount of food available. Describe one way the team could use a model to help them research the urban wildlife environment. So we're thinking about here about tracking the animals, tracking the urban wildlife. We're thinking about tracking and predicting numbers of wildlife over time. Okay, so my answer here would be they could use the model to track and predict numbers of wildlife over time. So we can see patterns. Are there problems? Are numbers going up or down? We could also think about research the impact of changing variables such as amount of food available on the numbers of wildlife. If we increase or decrease the amount of food available, what does that do to the numbers of urban wildlife? Do they go elsewhere, for example, if we decrease the food? If we increase the food available, do more animals, does more urban wildlife come into the area? They can predict the impact, decrease of one type of wildlife on other types. So if we introduce different types of wildlife, what happens to the existing numbers, for example? So it's all about modeling and looking at what happens under certain conditions. So winter, summer, do numbers decrease in winter when it's colder? Increase in the summer, increase in spring, etc. You have to refer back to urban wildlife. You have to think about that carefully. And in a question like this, we're thinking about modeling the numbers of numbers of animals, the numbers of urban wildlife, and using the software to be able to model that. And that's what this question is all about. So that completes question 3, and that gives us a total of 12 marks. Thanks for watching. Please consider liking and subscribing, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.